Hey boss, got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What? Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first... I just heard from him. Clyde's waiting for us on Scylla. What he's doing on an asteroid, I can't begin to imagine. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
Hey, you. Looking for something? Where do you think you're going? Yeah. The captain said we might be getting a new recruit. That you, then?
Sounds like Clyde's jumping to conclusions, but yeah, I'm Felix.
You're on a first-name basis with Captain Harlow, huh? All right, go on through. Got my sights on you. Got my sights on you.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see, or a you've aged, old man?
So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always need...
He's been watching out for us just as much as we've been watching out for him. Felix is family, mister.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been... I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits. I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix... I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy. That one day, he and I would...
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice,
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can roll. Everyone in my crew proves their loyalty. No exception. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of... Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre... I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the...
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the... Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token. Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember you had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything, and you'd never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I had to deal with? Let's hear it. A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life preparing for the day of Halcyon's. Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. A base of operations, loyal soldier. Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside. Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually, the entropy is the natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes... The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. It's almost as if the board's... Besides, our facility is well armed and located on defensible terrain. If the board tried... Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to live according to one's own... One day, when the board is weak and halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a piece of this... Something on your mind? Let's hear. I was working on this plan for years, saving every bit I could, drawing plans. I never intended to spend my life laboring on the groundbreaker. When the opportunity presented itself, I did what I had.
You might have said something.
I had some ugly business in Scylla. If I told you, I would have implicated. Hephaestus controlled mining operations all over Scylla. Most of these operations failed. The company pulled out and mostly abandoned anyway. This one was running on a skeleton crew. My associates and I seized control and... Something on...
This is real sweet, Felix.
You mind trying to have a moment here? Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is, and if I did... That's Harlow's mark, no mistake. Guess he's not letting this one go. I don't want any manner of harm befalling Rufus.
We're not? Oh, right, yeah. We're non-violent sorts. Real diplomatic.
All right. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. Please, just make it quick. That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw... Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution.
He must have been recruiting. Gathering up his band of revolutionary.
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into... He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. And I... No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his... Appreciate it. No offense meant, just been a long day.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? Right. You just stumbled into a camp full of armed strangers because you wanted direct. A favor, huh? Let me guess. He promised you some reward, and the brave thing is, you and I are at an impasse. How do I know that I can trust you? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not...
Go piss up a rope, kid. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence, but I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's a... Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy. And that includes loyalty. Harlow was a With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. We had... Take it, you've made up... You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth...
What's the word? Not surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate with his own ex... That's a damning accusation. Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine... You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar. How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor, and I didn't ask you to understand his...
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me...
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
We're not getting through! Who did it?
Something going on over there?
Who keeps ordering these?
This is definitely not... The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is, I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the... It's pretty harsh, boss. You including yourself in that list? Yeah, I guess I don't know what you're about. But I know you treated me fair. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this. I don't know what I believe anymore. Thanks for your time, Bob.